Hi all. I'm going to cover this cookie tin with a little crocheted cover. I like using variegated yarn for this project because it just looks really cute when it's done. I've got this Eversoft by Premier. It's a multicolor and the color is Blue Sky. And I've already caked it up in preparation. So this is what it looks like. It says it's a 4-weight, but I think it's a 3. 4mm hook. It should be done in an afternoon. Just make a slip knot. I'm going to do 4 chains. Go under the first chain that you made with a slip knot. With a slip stitch. And then you just go right back into the center. And you can crochet over your tail. Let's do 12 single crochet into the center, going over I'll meet you back when we get to 12. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, and that's 12 right there. And it's a little sideways, so you want to kind of hook that out. There we go. Okay, so then just yarn over and pull through 2. That's your first single crochet. Do a chain. Do a single crochet in the next stitch. A chain. Single crochet in the next chain. So keep doing 1 single crochet and 1 chain until you get all the way around, and I'll meet you back. Okay, so we've done 1 single crochet and 1 chain all the way around. Now we're going to put, there we go, do another single crochet like that. So you just pull up, and instead of doing a slip stitch, you just yarn over and go through both. Okay, and now you have to find those little spaces where the chains are. So make a chain and then go into the stitch. But you're in between the stitches. So you're not actually going into the stitch, you're going into the space where the chains, the space that the chains made. So you're continuing to do that same pattern with a single crochet and then a chain. But now you're going into the spaces between those stitches where you had made the chains in the previous row. So that's what you're doing. You're only working in the spaces now. You're not working in the tops of any stitches. So you see these 2 stitches here, this V and this V, you go in between them. And it's a real easy stitch, and it's very forgiving. It's got a little bit of a stretch to it. It's great for going in the round like this. Some people call it the granite stitch, some people call it the linen stitch, some people call it the moss stitch. It has so many names. I first learned it as the moss stitch, so that's what I kind of default to. But there are so many different names for this stitch that you can call whatever you want. And you can start spiraling on this. You don't have to keep leveling up, officially like leveling up. Just start going around and around without bothering to worry about where you are in your circle. Just go around. So just keep going around and I'll meet you back. Okay, so I've noticed that it's starting to cup a little. See that? It's starting to curl. So what you want to do is when you notice that, just put an extra single crochet every now and then in your stitch. So it's like you're just kind of doubling up in one's space. You don't have to do it for every single one, every stitch, but you could do it like for every other one and just, you know, get it to relax a little bit. Because you're adding in extra space and stretch with the chains that you put in between, you don't have to you know, follow a mathematical formula. Just feel your work. If you feel like it's starting to cup, add a couple of stitches every other, you know, every other stitch, just to give it a little bit of relaxed. You see how I'm going into the same stitch. So I did a single crochet, a chain, a single crochet, all in the same stitch, or the same chain space. Then I did a chain, and then I go into the next. And I just do a single crochet, do a chain, go into the next. Single crochet, chain, single crochet in the same space, chain. Just remember, don't forget your chains. You need to keep adding your chain spaces. So even if you're doing 2 single crochets and a chain in one space, make sure you do that last chain afterwards. So keep doing that. Okay, so I've been working on this. It's not perfect, but it's pretty flat. The stitch is pretty stretchy. So I'm going to just make like a little hat, like a pillbox hat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet in the back of the back bar of all the stitches until I come around to this side. Just go into the center of the stitch. Make sure you get all of it and don't let it split. You go towards the back, and that's the back bar. We're just going to do single crochets all the way around. So you just continue to do this one to one single crochet. It's how we make the edge look a little bit sharper. But yeah, you just go into the back bar. or back loop or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully your yarn isn't as splitty as this. It's very slippery too. It reminds me of Karen, Simply Soft. But you see how that creates a little bar and helps it bend and make a sharp turn. So do that all the way around one time and then I'll meet you back. Okay, so here's the last one. I'm going to go underneath both and slip stitch. Now we're going to start doing the moss stitch again. So skip this one and go into this one. Chain, skip, go into this one. And we won't be increasing anymore. As a matter of fact, it might even be a good idea to skip a chain every now and then and just don't do the chain, skip this space. And what that'll do is that'll bring it in a little bit so it'll be tighter. Every now and then, just do that. Just, you see how I got that? Just omit this chain when you're doing your moss stitch every now and then. It will help bring it in so that it'll be tight around the sides. Okay, so I've come around to the end. This is, you can tell where it starts because there's your line of the back bar. It started here and ended there. So you're still skipping, making a chain. Here's your first gap right there. Just get between those stitches. I said the easiest way to find where you're supposed to put your stitches, look for the V's and then go in between there. Okay, so this is where it turns. This is where the lip starts. Keep going. Okay, so I have started. I'm halfway down. One of my tins, I just did it just far enough to cover the lip of the lid, and I glued it on. And then I made another one and I put it on from the bottom and glued that one on. But I really feel like it's so much easier to do it this way. You just do one piece. It's like a little hat. It comes off like that when you want to have cookies. And then you just put it back on and it sits on your shelf and it looks real cute. But you could take this and wash it because it's not glued onto the can. And yeah, that's how I do it now. A lot less steps and less fuss. And I like the idea of being able to wash it when I want to. So it's a cookie tin cozy, not a tea cozy. But you could think of other things that you can do with this. I mean, you could probably stiffen this with glue or starch or whatever, and you can just make like a little, bread basket, or you make it nice and tall, and you could cover a flower pot. You can do all kinds of things with this. But I'm just going to leave you with some pictures of the finished products because I don't have anything more to say. Just keep going until you have it covering the object that you want to cover. Thanks for watching.